What's up, fam? Dan Van Zago here, Daily Sustenance Radical Life. So this is part 2 of the interview that I conducted with my brothers Key and CJ. So if you haven't checked out part 1, you gotta go check out part 1 because this is just a continuation of part 1. Fam, I pray that this blesses you as much as it's blessed me. So look, check it out, share the video, like it. More importantly, share your comments. Share your comments, your questions, anything that you want, share them below. And look, again, I pray that this blesses you. Be blessed.
I think about, so we just went to Cancun for our anniversary. And our highlight of the anniversary for me was in the midst of chaos. We was riding in this little dune buggy in the jungle, and it broke down, and we're on a bridge with water on both sides.
Oh.
And it's like 10:45 at night.
Oh my God.
We're in the jungle of Mexico.
By yourself?
Yeah, we by ourselves in the jungle, and
man.
and like there's like signs that say like Jaguar crossing, so we know that there is stuff.
I'm reaching for my
in
Roscoe,
this jungle.
man. You know what I'm saying?
He probably didn't get it.
And it's,
I know, yeah.
and it's nighttime, right? So I didn't have my phone because
man.
there's water everywhere. And it was like, and they tell you stay in the car. No matter what, don't get out of the car. We break down on the bridge. The wife is terrified. They don't give us no radio, so there's nothing we can do,
So
right? So we just wait, and we're like, dang. Like, they just took a picture of us, so they know we're here.
For how long?
But how
Somebody
long will
realize?
we be here?
Yeah.
So finally, like, some time go by, and another car come behind us. So I'm like, great. So they was full. We couldn't get in their car, and we were on the bridge, so we couldn't
get past.
they couldn't get past us.
Oh, man.
So I used their light. I hop in the back, and I'm working, and I had to jerry rig the throttle to make it work, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can fix stuff, so I'll fix it. I was like, I know I can fix it. I just need
Jack
light.
of all trades. Look at this dude.
Right.
Man.
So I fix it, but I don't have no tools or nothing, so I gotta reach back. I gotta sit in the back seat,
Hold that
throttle,
joint, yeah.
and throttle it so we can go, right? So I'm throttling so we can go, and I tell the wife, like, let the people get past it. She like, no, like, everybody gonna be stuck with us.
Yeah, she ain't going out by herself.
Right, but so she let him go past, but she's worried, and I'm in the back. I'm like, I'm having a ball because in this period where things went wrong, she was able to see that she can trust me.
Yeah.
And I can see that I can trust her.
Yeah.
So the rest of the pictures for that night is her in the front seat driving, terrified, and me in the back throttling it, and I'm having such a good time because I'm able
That's a
to
beautiful memory.
improvise
man.
and
That's
see
a
her.
beautiful.
That
It
is
was
going
like
to book
this-
too, bro.
yeah,
Like
You know
this
what
is
I'm
the
saying?
highlight of our trip. We stranded, and I made a way, and we're getting through it. Like this picture, she's like terrified. She's like, and so the thing was, she said she was praying like, oh my God, I hope we don't get stuck out here. And I'm like, that's what you were praying? She's like, yeah. And then we got stuck.
Wow, man.
But it allowed God to show her that I can protect you, even in those times. Like I have skills to protect you. So once I got light, I got us working. We drive. I'm in the back bumping my head, but I'm having a ball, right? Because I'm like, this is such a great story that we can tell.
Bro, I'll be out there thing pushing.
So that segues, I mean, perfectly into the next topic, man. So the true lion and the lamb, right? Passages in Revelations 5 through 6. The lion and the lamb both refer to Jesus Christ. He's both the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah and the lamb who was slain. So when we look at, again, men, because we're all men, being like Christ, how does that correlate to being a husband in marriage, being a lion and the lamb?
You go ahead.
So the lamb part, when I think of the lamb, I think about the vulnerability.
I was about to hit him,
Right. My wife needs to know that I'm Superman, but she also needs to know that I'm Clark Kent.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. And a lot of men don't share their areas of struggle or past struggle, right?
Yeah.
So I told my wife the things that I struggle with, the things that I would like to get better with, because I need you to not only be praying for me for these things, but I need you to be watchful for these things. If you see certain behaviors from me, right? I need you to know where I struggle so you can help me.
Boy, you just hit it.
That is fine.
Because you married a helpmate.
Because I married a helpmate.
And if you can't be vulnerable to her, then did you truly marry a helpmate?
Yeah. Or you need it for something else.
Yeah.
A helpmate or an enabler?
Yeah. Exactly.
Boy.
I like that, man. You can't even hit that. I mean, you hit it, man. You hit it right there, man. Yeah.
So that's the lamb, again, where we become this sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
Again, we talked about it earlier where you're dying to yourself and being vulnerable, especially for men.
Oh, yeah, men don't want to be
Yeah.
vulnerable.
So because we want to appear in our wives' eyes as Superman.
Yeah.
As baby, I got it. And so men carry all this pressure, and then they end up, I mean, they're getting ready to just blow like a pipe, bro. You know, on a broken boiler. Number one, because they don't have the accountability. But number two is that because they're not communicating to their wives to say, babe, all right, babe, I know we need a new furnace, but we're gonna have to, you know, probably get some space heaters for now.
Yeah.
And save up on that rather than just going out there and opening up another credit card, which is going to put you guys
More
further.
than that.
You know what I'm saying, bro? These are things that we
happens,
like.
man.
The enemy loves that.
Yeah.
Look at this dude. Look
Yeah.
at him. He ain't got no
Got
money, bro. Yeah, got him.
Wait till this car break down next month.
I know. What? Yeah. Yeah.
Nail go right there. God, yeah.
That ain't need time, Playboy. You gonna hold me for a credit card?
Yeah.
And guess where your car gonna break down at? Right in front of a liquor store.
Yeah.
Right in front of a bar.
Then,
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Got it.
not only that, like you said, in front of the liquor store, now you got financial arguments in that, which are the most. I think that they are leading for divorce, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Money is leading it.
Because men, again, so it goes back to how is that person managing their lives in their single season? Like somewhere in that, like before you get engaged, I think you need to sit down and talk about finances.
Yeah.
I love what you did, man. If you don't mind me saying, I know you were talking about how you saved for a year what your spouse will be making.
Yeah.
Man, when he told me that, man, I said I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that dude actually said, I'm trying to get something too. But I think that's.
Weddings cost a lot, man.
I love it, though, bro.
So
That is.
bruh,
That's it, man. That's.
talking about principles, man, and just so this again, it goes back to having those. So how does the person manage their lives on their own? Because you can't just come in and be the Superman all the time. You can't.
Yeah. And you shouldn't put up that facade.
And I'm not saying you have to.
And that happens a lot.
Oh yeah,
That happens a lot.
especially now, bro.
Oh, yeah, you become something totally different than what you met.
Yeah.
And you so worried about, I want to drive this whip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you know, the whip. That's what matters. Everything. You know what I'm saying? But you struggling.
You struggling, and we see that all.
But
the
your
time.
lights can't stay on.
Yeah.
You can't even like it. Come on, I'm not. Look, I would never. I'm a car guy. I love cars. But we talked about the other day, you know, where you put yourself in a position trying to keep up with the Joneses, the Jacksons, and whoever else.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's chasing this, you know, this Instagram flash.
Yeah.
Even if it's not on Instagram, but why do people buy cars? These flashy cars.
Yeah.
Well, you buying it just to show. To me, I think a lot of people buy insecurity.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't buy them for themselves.
Nah, you just buy them so somebody can say, man, that car, man.
Well, like so in my instance, right, Key, I told Key like when I proposed to my wife, I had, you know, her yearly savings. So if something ever happened, like I got you. I know you're going to this new territory, you're moving, but the same thing, I sold my dream car.
Yeah,
Right? I had that Infinity. That was my dream car.
I remember that.
Like when this car came out in 2000 when this car came out, I was like, I always wanted one of those cars. So I put myself in a position where I could buy my dream car. I sold my dream car, right?
For your dream.
For my dream.
Come
you
on,
feel me? Like, but a lot of people, like man.
I wish I had a mic. I was just dropping it right now. That's it.
But
We're about to do benediction, dog.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
people are so worried about, you know, well, if I sell this car, they're gonna think I fell off. People are gonna think this. People are gonna think this about me, right? I always wanted that car. I got the car. All right. I want this more than I want this car.
Yeah, and that's what it takes, man.
And it was a sacrifice. Boom, you sold your dream car? Yeah, I sold my dream car. It's a car.
It's a car. Because when you do buy something, you have some people I compliment it, I look good, but they don't care no more because it ain't there.
They ain't gotta make that payment.
They ain't gotta make the payment.
And look, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with treating
nice,
yourself if you can
afford it.
If you can do it, but just don't put yourself out there, right? Especially so. I'm really focusing, and I've been doing better over my past years, man. But just really focusing on, okay, like, trust me, man. I want a specific car that's out there. I've been wanting one for years.
Yeah,
I can jump out there and get it. But now I'm like, nah. I'm looking at the long-term goals, like investments and investment property. Other things that are out there that where I'm taking care of my children and their children.
Yeah, because that's a good man.
Yeah,
that's the legacy, bro.
That's a good man. You gotta leave a heritage.
Yes.
Right, and then it's the strategy behind it, right?
It is.
My dream car, it cost me $400 because what I bought it for and what I sold it for was a $400 difference. Because I kept the car in a certain prestige. I kept the car clean. I kept the mileage low. Yeah. I bought the car knowing that it's not something that I can keep long term. It's a two-door car.
You want to have a family.
I want to have this car for it. This is going to be my summer car, and there was a strategy behind me purchasing the car. So when I sold the car, I was like, man, the car cost me $400.
Wow.
It worked.
You enjoyed it. Had fun with it. Looked good.
Well, opposed to at the time, I could have bought it brand new off the lot, and it would depreciate. I would have never got my money back for it.
And that's what people don't think about, man. Those cars depreciate quickly.
Yeah.
Somebody bumped into you, you gotta go get it fixed. Boom, it's a hit.
It's all the strategy with everything.
Yeah.
My mentor, I was just talking to him, my son and I, we went to go visit him, and he has a Bentley. He was saying, if somebody scratched, he was talking about just the insurance for a Bentley.
Yeah.
If somebody scratch it, it's not just taking it to Mako, because it has like 10 coats on it, joint.
Dang.
That's why insurance is so high, because somebody scratch it, dent it. You ain't just going to a little mom and pop joint to get that squared away.
Your uncle can't fix this.
Nobody,
He ain't going to.
Your uncle can't.
He ain't got the tools to.
He ain't going. He ain't putting no spray paint on it. You know what I'm saying? No,
my insurance, I don't have coverage for a Bentley. Right? Because they give you the little range. You know what I'm saying? I don't have coverage for $250,000 car.
That's right.
$1 million car. I don't have $1 million worth of car insurance.
Yeah.
And that's what. And so again, what one thing you talked about was so the Lion and the Lamb. You just gave a lot great examples, both of you guys. Example. So being the lion when you guys were on your honeymoon, showing her that you can protect her, and you can lead like a lion. Kings. Lions are kings.
Jaguar jump out. I'm gonna beat this Jaguar.
Girl,
I'm gonna choke this Jaguar. Or die trying, right?
You ain't gonna be like one of them dudes, hey, well, whichever one of us is fastest.
What happened to your wife? She gonna beat me. What?
I ain't gonna be the fastest.
You gonna become David.
I know,
yeah. David and the Mighty Men.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like women, you should see that he has. I mean, he's operating in that already. He doesn't have to be in marriage to operate and have the attributes of the lion and the lamb in him. That means he's already acting. He's operating as Christ. That's what we're called to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So another question I have is, when it comes to men, should a woman entertain a kingdom woman? Should she entertain a man who says he's a man of God, but he's not leading anybody?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like just nobody?
Yeah.
Like she don't see it. She don't see evidence of him.
I would, if I was that young lady, I would challenge that, and I would ask that question. I mean, you're a man of God, but what are you really doing?
Because you're asking, because he's asking to lead her in marriage.
Yeah.
So what are you leading right now in your single season?
Exactly. Yeah, that would be some I challenge.
Who are you discipling?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And it goes right back to what we talked about. What are the men around him saying about him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's gonna be key.
Yeah.
You gotta challenge it.
Right.
To me, that's one thing to challenge it. I need to. Hey, who's your friend? I need to meet him. I need to
Yeah,
talk to him.
exactly. Who, you know what I'm saying? Is he in a small group?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying, man. And I
Is it-
think that, man, is it that we just don't understand the scriptures, or we just don't understand what to look for?
See, I think a lot of people, especially in this generation, I hear all the time, people think just because a person goes to church, they're a man of God.
Oh my goodness! I've been going to church all my life, even when I was a hot heathen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was tithing because I thought it was the right thing when I was a hot heathen. So, I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
Hey, but
Anything.
But to the world, it does, right?
Yeah.
So for me, right? I wasn't churched, right? So I remember I met a girl and she told me she went to church, sung the choir, and I stopped talking to her. I was like, oh no, like
That's too much. Man.
Yeah.
it's too much, right?
Sure.
But once you start going to church, you're like, man, these girls in the choir, they got it,
Yeah. I'm about to say.
Man, if you look, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, man, if you really get most churches, only if Jesus came back now, only a good 10% going.
10 in a good church.
Yeah, only a good 10%. Most churches we go to, ain't too many going, bro.
Well, and I was on the idea, like, if I'm gonna do this, like, I'm going to hell on a scholarship. Like, I'm not about to just barely get in. I'm gonna bust it wide open. Like, y'all playing in church?
Yeah.
And what you go to church for? You should just slip in.
Yeah.
And, like, you saved on Sunday morning, and then you crazy. Like, so it didn't understand. Like, I didn't know that people were going out Saturday night clubbing and then going to church Sunday.
Yeah.
Because
I did it for years.
To me, it didn't make sense. It was
I
like,
did too.
I'm just not gonna go to church. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going there. Why? Because I know how I'm living.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not about to play with God. Like, this girl, like, you go to church? I'm about to play with God.
And we're not saying not to if you're challenging life that you shouldn't go to church, but
Yeah.
we're saying be real.
Yeah.
Don't say that I'm a man of God and then act different when you're around certain people. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a man of God, be a man of God.
Yeah.
Or pursue that.
Yeah.
Don't just say that I'm a man of God and then go sleep with a woman. Now her image of a man of God is that.
Ooh,
you left her with that, and that's not a good
that-
thing, man.
Her image of a man of God.
And we're gonna
is
be
a woman.
held accountable for
Yeah.
it.
And here's the thing, right? For me, you know, being in the church, right? I later found out like there were leaders in the church, right? And this is why the world has a bad.
Oh yeah.
The world don't respect the church.
They don't respect church at all.
They don't respect the
Not
church,
at all.
right? Because I would meet people like, yeah, you know, well, this person was doing this, and he was like, I'm like, what? Like, nobody set him down.
Yeah.
I know.
Bro.
Nobody knew.
That,
Like,
said
that
nothing.
happens a lot. That happens.
Nobody said nothing.
nobody
Bruh,
said nothing.
I was listening to, I think it was, man, I forgot who I was listening to.
Just men failing men.
They said, Gandhi said that he likes our Jesus, but he doesn't like the people who claim to live like Jesus.
Come on. Oh my goodness.
Man, I was on my trip. I almost fell off that joint, bro. I said, glory.
Man.
I say, man.
I have to agree with him though.
Yeah.
He said he likes
agree with
who
you.
Jesus
Hey,
is.
kid, you told me about your background in the
Yeah,
Southern
but I've
Baptist.
seen,
What you
I've
seen?
seen, man. I've seen some bad. I've seen people in them gospel groups, man, sleeping with women. They singing and women loving it and pretty much throwing their panties out there
Yeah.
in church.
Yeah.
In church.
Yeah.
And as kids, we watching that. And I see some kids that were friends with me. They became gospel singers for that reason.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
they got several kids and,
Yep,
and all
chasing
that
their own
crazy.
thing.
Yeah, they
And
was
it's
wanted that.
like you added it up. Like you became a gospel singer to be a womanizer.
Yeah, in the church.
Oh, some people become pastors to do the same
Yeah.
thing because they know that women are attracted to men in leadership roles.
Yeah.
But beyond that, women are attracted. Some women are attracted and to men who appear to operate godly.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can't just go off the appearance. You gotta go behind.
Come on, you got to see the.
You
fruit.
can't look at the Instagram page and be like, that man, because you're gonna put your best stuff on Instagram and Facebook or any other social media platform.
Yeah.
You're gonna put your best.
It's the highlight reel.
You
You know
ain't
what
putting
I'm
that
saying?
other up there.
Yeah.
It's your top 10, like on
Yeah.
ESPN. You slamming everything. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I told you about I-5. It was like when I seen the men that was following Pastor Jimmy, right? It showed me a different level of him because I've seen women follow a man just because he's speaking,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
right? Where his character don't line up, his behavior don't line up.
Yeah.
But men don't tolerate foolishness. Like,
Yeah.
like if your pastor if men aren't following that church, it's something wrong with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Men ain't, you know what I'm saying, rocking with them if the men, because men generally don't go to church anyway for those reasons.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting instructions. They get pastors that are emotionalizing everything and fail to give instructions.
Man.
And just attracting or appealing towards the women because it's entertainment.
Darius Daniels had a series.
Oh, I like my man Darius
called,
Daniels.
I Quit Church, and he talked. Man, he had a part that he talked about that. Man, he hit the nail on the head. He said the problem now is that you have ministers out here who target a specific audience, knowing that a lot of them are vulnerable. So a lot of their sermons are just preached towards women.
Yeah.
And the dudes are like, dude, I'm here. And when they're preaching these sermons, they're knocking men, like they're just taking men and just they dirty dogs and
the women
stuff.
coming, yeah.
They getting the rah-rah, yeah. But it's like, dude, you're not here to just build, that's not even building women up. Because in their eyes,
It's
you're
building me up.
That's
Yep, that's true.
And they said, now you understand why some men, they go in these churches and they like, man, if this was church, he said this could be the first time the dude ever walked in church and he hears a sermon like that. He like, this ain't for me.
Man, I ain't coming back to this thing.
And so the statistics show it. When the man gets saved, almost 90% the family gets saved.
Wow.
Almost 90%.
Yeah.
It's like high 80% the wife and children get saved.
Yeah.
When the husband gets
I
saved.
think Dan
first.
Moore was talking about how he got saved, his whole family changed as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we don't target to get the men, and that's something that I've always been passionate about. I wanted to show men what a saved man. You know what I'm saying? I want to show men what this looks like.
Yeah, and that's
what does a pure man? I was like, I didn't do none of this for me. I didn't date celibate for me.
Yeah.
I want to show men it's possible. You can do this.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Trust
did.
me.
Like when I was leading the men's group. I don't know if y'all were there. Were y'all there when I brought in the wives at the end of the session?
No, I didn't.
No, I wasn't there.
So what I did is I led the men's group. It was, man, people had never seen a men's group like this before. Yeah. And the platform was to allow guys to be vulnerable and share. And
changed my life.
So at the during that whole session, I guess it was 8 weeks at a time, and you hear women coming, oh man, thank you, you're my husband, he doing this, doing that. You hear moms coming, man, we getting all that. You see kids happy, families happy. So I said, man, the Holy Spirit spoke to me, said, hey, invite the women at the end. So the last session, I invited all the wives, whether some guys that weren't married, so girlfriends, moms, sisters, any woman that's special in their life. Yeah, man, they came, man, and women were just sharing testimonies about the guys and what it had did for them. And man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy, man. Y'all could have seen that, man.
And guess what positive affirmation does to his behavior?
Exactly.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're watering it. You're feeding it. You know what I'm saying?
That was all Holy Spirit.
Ladies, if you want your man to keep doing something, clap for him.
Like he said, when he was going through that transition, what was his wife doing? Speaking life into him.
Come on, baby, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
The wife the husband and wife should always be the biggest cheerleader for each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if not, then you give the enemy a foothold for somebody else to.
Yeah.
Somebody else
The worst thing is
Tony is out there with
macaroni
with the pom-poms, ready.
The worst
thing, promotion, yay!
The worst thing is to be celebrated outside of home. You know what I mean? You be celebrated here. I hear from y'all, man, I'm doing good, and then my wife tell me everything I ain't doing. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
I'm doing this and doing that, and then you get home like, well, you ain't doing this. You ain't meeting this. You ain't meeting this.
Because criticism don't work, and we do it, but it doesn't work for changing behavior.
Nope.
Criticism don't work, especially for men.
Yeah.
Men don't respond well to criticism. You tell a man how good he's doing, he'll do more of the good. You tell a man how bad he's doing, he'll do more of the bad.
Exactly.
It goes in one end without the other.
And that's why, even now, I don't even like calling kids. I would never call, if a kid could be 10, it would break the glass.
Yeah.
I would never call a kid bad.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking that over.
You're speaking that over him. You say, hey, man,
it's power.
Hey, he real. He real. That's what I say. He real.
He's a real boy right there. He all boy. He all boy right there.
And that's how we got to speak.
That boy back.
I always think about human beings. Period. We born, we Google and Gaga. We're white boy. We're clean, but we become certain people because of the conditions around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We become conditioned to what is around. What are we hearing and things like that. And that's even in marriage. we can't get. I know a lot of women stay in the place because they were conditioned before, and their husband doing the same thing that their fathers did or their mothers did.
Yep.
You know, speaking the same language, and they used to it. They think they deserve that.
Yeah, and that means that they never spent that time in that wilderness for God to help renew their minds, help just purify their hearts, and they put their lives, everything that was broken, on the altar so that God can heal them.
That's the most important part, man.
When you see that, that means they never had that time to do that. That's one reason. The other reason is, if they did do that, they still married somebody who didn't operate, who didn't show that he's selfless, and so he brings out that old hurt. Like it's like he's ripping off those scabs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's important to know, from dating someone, you meet their parents, like, what does a healthy relationship look? What does a healthy marriage look like? Right? Because some people think that yelling and fussing or fighting, well, this is a healthy marriage because you love me.
Yeah.
And
it's dysfunction.
And they get it confused too, because the old school marriages, they stay together for 30, 40 years doing that thing. They think, and people think that works. That work.
Man, Jerry Flowers on Redefine TV, he said one day, I think it was him, he said it was I think a conference or something, and it was a lady who said, she was married 50, 60 years. Everybody's like, they gave congratulated her and stuff. So he talked to her afterwards. He's like, congratulations on, 60 years of marriage. She said, wow. He said, man, I'm so happy for you. She said, why are you happy for?
Wow.
So to your point, years don't mean nothing.
Years don't mean nothing.
It's really about establishing what does marriage look like for
That's
me,
it.
for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because people don't ask that question. Like, I got buddies that's like, yo, I don't mind the craziness. I like the random actions, and there's some people that actually enjoy it.
Because they conditioned
like,
it.
oh, this not fighting. I see my parents fight. My dad used to have to call the police on my mom. That's fighting. Like, what we doing, this ain't nothing. It's like
that's their new normal, man.
And you gotta find out what's your normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, like, me and my wife, we don't argue, we don't fight over anything. If there's a disagreement, we'll talk it, but I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
Also, I don't criticize her of anything, and I know her friends enough that, like, we've had an issue, and I was like, well, call this person, see what they think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, again, it goes back to that accountability, so that who's in her circle.
I know who's in your circle. Hey, call this person in your circle.
If she didn't have that, then who's she gonna call?
Nobody.
Or who is she calling when I'm not around to talk about our marriage?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Like, he did what? Oh, girl, you need it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put up with no man doing that to me.
And that person that you calling, you said they single.
Oh, I
They
know.
single. They don't even know. They're none of their relationship.
I wouldn't put up with nobody. Your husband told you to do what? He
Yeah.
want you to submit. I wouldn't put up
They don't
with
even honor marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And some of them, they act out of envy and jealousy, so they, crabs in
my
a
friend
barrel.
back.
Yeah,
I get my
right?
friend back hanging with me.
Crabs
Nah,
in a
man.
barrel, man.
No, man. That's... Yeah.
So we talked about communicating, man. So what it?
This might be 3 shows for you.
Hey, I know.
Part three coming up. I forgot we was recording.
I know.
This is how we talk.
No,
so,
all the time. All the
On
time.
the phone.
I know, yeah.
Get passionate and everything.
And just be fired up, man. So one thing I realized too, man, is unspoken expectations.
Oh.